about the whole thing. Yeah.
But once he's not here.
Citizens of the Fertile Crescent, stand for the national anthem.
None of you are citizens of the Fertile Crescent.
And what is that one of the two friends?
We're almost ready.
Yeah, international. That's what we say. Come on,
I'm so full of freedom. Can you feel it in the air? Can you? Y'all feel all the oppression is gone and liberation is here at last. You know why? Because y'all are here to see one thing only, aren't you? You know what it is? Golden Idols. The #1 rated freedom show in the Fertile Crescent. Yeah, you know the show. You love the show. Woo! Oh man, I can't say no more. We got some celebrity judges to introduce. What is your name, sir?
John Rivers.
John Rivers is in the audience, and you, sir?
Jason Smith.
Jason Smith. We got some. Do we have any other judges? Oh yeah, we got one more judge. We got one more judge. That one over there. You want to judge, sir? Yeah, what's your name, sir? Adam Smith. I love your work on your treatise on economics. It's fantastic. Oh God, I cannot tell you how many times I've whacked off to that thing. Because we are all free, aren't we? Capitalism liberates. Yeah. Okay, enough of me. Let's get the talent out here. Y'all know the rules. Judges will be watching the acts. and they will be judging them. And of course, you might want to spur the judges on with some extra applause after each act. You know it, right? Suss out some extra applause right now. When I say the name of this first act, that's when you're going to test your applause makers. That's your hands, and they are Charlie and Gunnar. Charlie and Gunnar.
Hi, Charlie. I'm great. How are you?
Hey, I'm with all these wonderful free liberated people.
Free, liberated, freedom-loving people.
That's for sure. Hey, guess what I did today?
What did you do today?
I rode in a Hummer.
You got a what?
I rode in
So powerful. Off-roading. That's America.
Hummer loving, happy Hummer loving, guzzling gas, liberated from tyranny. And we've got electricity. Sure, it's just for an hour each day, but believe me, it's safer that way. Everyone has the power of democracy. Things are better than they were then. We've got oil flowing again. Torture is a thing of the past. The USA doesn't do things half-assed. We caught Saddam down in a hole. Now we're after your heart and your soul.
Tell me more, tell me more, what's the other say? Tell me more, did she put up a fight?
Why would anyone put up a fight? We all know the golden American liberators are smoking guns and imminent threats. Saddam deserves all that he gets. Still we are very sorry that we went and bombed your city. That's okay, ain't no big thing. What I'm doing is the indoor plumbing.
Tell me more, did she do that thing? Tell me more, does it sound like a dream? Shoot up, shoot up, shoot up, shoot up, shoot up, shoot up, shoot up,
Mission accomplished, peace everywhere. Men and women without a care. Jobs for all, and I got me one. I'm testing food at Halliburton. Hey, the pay is much more than good, but my stomach doesn't feel so good. Okay, we're gonna bring it down now. Just a soldier doing my part, making Baghdad safe for Walmart. Now you must do your duty, stimulate the economy. Lives were lost. That's just the cause. But those Hummers are sweet. Judges, what did y'all think about Charlie and Gunnar? We got a 9 and a 9 and a 8. That's not bad. Let's clap on. Oh, that's great. That is super. Now, has anyone been here to the Cabaret before? Anybody at all?
familiar with y'all know the concept? So in case you have, y'all are familiar with our next artist. But y'all might know him as Sigmund the Satisfactory, perfectly adequate magician. Well, I have news for you. Since the last time y'all were here, Sigmund has received an upgrade from the Magician's Council. He has, and he is now Sigmund the Sufficient. Come on!
So for my first trick this evening, I need a volunteer from the audience, but I'm going to need somebody who smokes, and I think I know somebody right there. Do you have any cigarettes with you?
I have some tobaccos.
Does anybody have a pack of cigarettes with them? You do? Anybody? Oh, put your cigarettes right down on the table, and what I need you to do is pick a card. Alright, now what you need to do is cut the cards, put your card back in, and then put the cards back on top.
Take a look at it.
Oh yeah, take a look, know what your card is. Or, oh, I was going to say put it in the middle, so that I don't know where it is. What you do is take a cigarette out of your pack, and what I'm going to do in this trick is I'm going to magically make his card appear in that cigarette that you put down on. Alright. Alright, here we go. Okay. Now if you would expose, your card should be right inside of the cigarette. And, oh, you know, I forgot to do the magic dance. Can we all right, it's gonna be in there this time. It's gonna be one of these. Actually, I think you got the wrong brand. If my lovely assistant would come out, and the brand of the Fertile Crescent is Marlboro Red. You have Marlboro Red. I'd just like to know that now that America has invaded the Fertile Crescent, Marlboros are available for all of you to smoke, and they're available at the duty-free shop for just $21 a carton. So thank you very much. Here is okay, see, here's for you. It's called Women's Liberation. I feel that from this trick, I shouldn't be the one to do it. I really need a woman's touch in order to really get this trick right. So if I could bring out my special guest, Christina Aguilera. Hey. Now I'm going to also need a volunteer from the audience. Any volunteer? Somebody maybe up front who's up close? Right there. So Christina. Yeah, okay. Let's give it this again. Alright. What I need you to do is tell him to cut the cards into 4 piles. Okay, can you tell him that?
Cut the deck into 4 piles.
Audience, what you need to do is name the pile of cards. Can you name them for me?
Absolute. Jim Beam. Any suggestions from the audience?
Bacardi.
Oh, yeah. Cuervo and Bacardi.
Okay. Now, do you know which pile is each alcohol? Big friend?
Absolute, Jim Beam, Cuervo,
All right, you know what?
Bacardi.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, what I need you to do now is tell him that he needs to take the 3 top cards off the deck, deal them out, and then deal 3 cards, 1 on top of each pile.
Okay. 3 cards out right here, and then 1 on top of each of the other decks.
Okay. All right. Now he needs to do the same. Tell him to do the same for each card.
Write it down. Pick up this one. One there. One there. And one there. Good job. Oh, thanks.
Continue through the rest of them. A little quicker though. No. 1, 2, 3. And then the same for this. Christina, not really. Come on. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now the reason that this trick is called Women's Liberation, you're supposed to be telling them this, is called Women's
The
Liberation.
reason that this trick is called Women's Liberation
Is because the women always come out on top.
because the women always come out on top. Whoa!
So now if we flip these over,
What's the direction you told me to give him?
hey, you're the one who did the trick.
You're the one telling me to tell him to do what he just did.
You should have been doing the trick yourself. Did these then turn up? No, none of them. No. Oh. No. Well, I guess women don't really come out on top after all, huh? Yeah, we'll see that. Thank you very much.
I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words won't bring me down. I just want to say that I'm Christina Aguilera, and I am so proud to be a woman living in the free world so I can party and kick it like how I want it.
Oh, Christina, thanks for those moving words about freedom. Oh, and what do you judges think about Sigmund the Sufficient? Oh, we only got a 2, a 3, and a, oh no, a 1, 2, 3. That should be counting for something. Sigmund, I'm so sorry. Okay, now, when y'all walked in, generous, I don't think that was generous at all. In a free country, you can give anything, any score you want, but I think you should be thinking about making people feel happy and reminding them that happiness is freedom and freedom is happiness. Maybe you should think about that for a while, young lady. Okay, now, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was going to say that everybody here, when they walked in, was free to enjoy some beautiful, liberating music from our house band, Bossa Wumba Lighthouse. And if y'all were here last night, y'all might be thinking, well, this is a completely different group. Well, you know what? The original band was liberated, and their lead singer was able to find an entirely new group of free and liberated people. That's great! And I have a special surprise for y'all. They are actually not just our house band, not just playing all night long, but they are competitors in Golden Idols tonight. So come on, hit them with your best shot, Bossa Wumba Loca.
Hey, we're ready. Okay.
I feel liberated just listening to them. This freedom makes me sweat sometimes. It's a cleansing sweat. Judges, what did you think about Bossa Rumba Loca? That's an 8, and an 8, and a 9. I didn't understand a word they said, but it sounded like they meant it. And that's what matters, isn't it? Now, clearly, y'all are a crowd that appreciates world music. World music is so wonderful because there's American music and then there's world music. It's great. It's good that we can tell. It's important to have boundaries. Within freedom, there must be boundaries. Now, speaking of world music, this next act brings us the best of two worlds, the old and the new. Now, half of this superstar ensemble, well, it's way more than half of it, is a group that some of y'all world music listeners might know of under their old name, which was Black Labor, White Wealth. They were kind of a militant group. But one of America's biggest superstars, and you know his work forever, one of America's superstars has come to the Fertile Crescent to work with the former members of Black Labor, White Wealth. And he has renamed them. Because that didn't really seem appropriate for his style of music. So please give a warm Fertile Crescent welcome to Paul Simon and the Hottentots. Come on,
Of course, I'm Paul Simon. These are the Hottentots. We've been studying a long time, and I feel pretty honored to be here with you today. With these accomplished native musicians. And
Native.
there's a mosque outside of Baghdad that's shining like a green Honda hybrid car. Okay, let's get started. The crescent, the fertile crescent, the spirits never blight. Their strength and spirit say you can hear it, their hair reflects the light. After daytime, soap opera playtime, the markets close at night. For all they lack, they won't break their backs to buy the crap that make them look middle down the alley, Wanda chases spirits through a garbage can. I brush out her hair and we sat there and I noticed she looked like a little bit like Edie Burkett over village of global pillage, the landmites go off at night. They share their breath mints and polyester vestments and dance into the night.
Thanks, Paul. That was great. That was great. I'm sorry we did not get the names of his backing musicians, but I'm sure they'd be far too difficult for me to pronounce. So, judges, what did you think about Paul Simon and the Hottentots? Well, I think we have a clear winner. Come on out, Paul Simon. Come on out. You can leave the Hottentots back there. Come on. On behalf of the government and the media responsible for Golden Ads, I'd like to present you with this golden tray.
Thanks a lot. Let's not play a little bit more of that. Play a little bit more of that. Everybody, come on. That's nice. That's nice. I'm just sad because you didn't win, but that's okay because we're all winners, aren't we? Okay, I think we can drop this out, can't we? I think we can. Because if y'all have been here before, y'all know this is not our style at all. No, y'all know this is, well, you know, especially, it's our #1 fan. We heard he couldn't get in and we were crying back there. He came to every show last time. And you know that we can do so much more or so much less than this. And so, you know, we call this the Real Dream Cabaret. If y'all haven't been here before, my name is Wanda, and that's a spilled drink. and that'll be deducted from your pay, sir. He's one of the hired hands. We just let him sit there because, well, he's working his little butt off at Aqua over there. I hope y'all know that at intermission, y'all can, which is a long time from now, like 4 hours from now, y'all can go over to Aqua and get some more delicious beverages. And we thank them for their help during this. Oh God, I'm so hot. I cannot wear this anymore because this is not my real hair. It's just so wrong. I know. Y'all know that this is my real hair.
That's even worse.
Oh, I feel so much more right now. Oh, you know, we can't keep up this level of artifice forever, because we are the real dream cabaret, and, you know, sometimes there's dreams, sometimes there's nightmares, but sometimes reality intervenes, and that whole last thing that we just did, that's based on a real show called Iraqi Idol, and we did not make that up. Well, we made up portions of it, but we did not make that kind of thing up. We couldn't make that up, because things that are happening in our world right now, you cannot make up anymore. There's a reality that we have to face. And so we thought the next thing we would do is give you a little dose of reality in the form of somebody who's one of the members of our little company of strolling performers. And he's going to be strolling on with his family after the show. We're super sad about that, but we're happy that he's here tonight. Oh, by the way, I know I was going in a beautiful, melancholy direction there, but I wanted to say this whole Iraqi Idol thing, we heard about that originally. The person who wrote the first story about that is someone that he's going to introduce you to. So I want to make that little segue right now. He'll make that clearer than I just did. But anyway, I am super sad that he's leaving, but he'll always be part of the cabaret in our hearts. And we just love him so much. Mr. Brian Lamkin, come on out, buddy.
Hi. All right, so I do have a friend who's a reporter out of Baghdad for the Christian Science Monitor. It's just amazing work. You know, check out her stories. She's in Beirut, Lebanon right now, waiting to go back to Baghdad very shortly. And I was going to do this like really, super ironic interview with her, where I was going to be this like stupid radio DJ guy and interviewer, and it was going to be really funny and really ironic, and you would all love it. And then I started talking to her, and, it's hard to be an ironic asshole when someone's risking their life, every day, right? So the interview got serious. We did it Thursday morning, and with the help of Brian Milbrand, we edited it down to a 7-minute version for you tonight. With tape interviews, it can be a little hard to hear. Anya's voice is just a little bit low on the tape, so you gotta be a little bit quiet. And my voice is really loud, sorry. But it's also not easy listening. So the fun will come later. But let's play it now.
There's no help, and definitely no American control. But I should add that the interim Iraqi government, which is definitely working very closely with the Americans, obviously, I believe in Iraq they sometimes might call it a puppet regime.
Oh, huh. Can I quote you on that? Okay.
Sorry?
Can I quote you on that?
You can't quote me, you can't attribute it to me, but you can definitely, I definitely talk to Iraqis who've called it a puppet.
Ah, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So many Iraqis say, whether it is a puppet government, not really my place to say.
You're a good journalist.
But, the interim government does work very closely with the Americans, and the interim government has absolutely censured other Arab satellite channels like Al Jazeera,
Right.
for example.
Right.
So it is impossible for a TV station to exist completely independently, because when the government is shutting down satellite channels, there is no independent press.
Gotcha.
And everybody knows that could happen to them next, so everybody self-censors.
When do you head back to Baghdad?
In about 2 weeks, actually, around October 19th or 20th.
And just how does that feel? What's it like knowing you're going back to Baghdad in 10, 12 days?
It's a strange mixture of anticipation, fear, frankly.
Yeah.
Things have really deteriorated since I was there. I left on July 31st. And you know, you keep saying, well, gee, it can't get any worse than it is now. I was there in April and May, at which point it was very, very bad. But it sounds like it's really a lot worse now. But most of my friends who are there are telling either not to come or to think very hard about coming.
Yeah.
Most of my Iraqi friends are trying to leave. It's very hard for Iraqis to leave the country. But day-to-day life for Iraqis is, in a way, it's strange to report on day-to-day life because their day-to-day lives are profoundly not normal right now. And so there are little pockets of things that people normally do, like go sit in tea houses and watch a soccer game, go to each other's houses for dinner, things like that. And you can try to report on those. But it always has to be with the caveat that none of this is normal. I did a story about kids going to school, which people still try to do because people, especially in Baghdad, take education very seriously there. But the point of the story was that because the Mahdi army was going into neighborhoods and telling people not to go to school, that this had disrupted their day-to-day lives. So it's funny, in a way there is no day-to-day life.
Right.
Of course there is.
Of course there is, right.
That's war for you.
Yeah.
When there's a war on, you can't have your day-to-day life. Or you do, but it's like this horrible facsimile of it where you try to do the things that you would normally do, but you never succeed.
The other big story you've covered is the Iraqi women in torture.
Yeah.
So, did you actually read the first one to report on that? In the
I don't think so.
No.
There were a lot of stories about the Taguba report, and there was this tiny little mention in the Taguba report that there were photographs, which to this day I don't think you can believe, of Iraqi women being raped. And it's not clear who they were. No, I think it was a military police personnel. So I would assume that would have to have been Americans. I don't think that we used Iraqi
Right.
Having sex with an Iraqi female inmate. And I thought it was funny that they used the phrase having sex with because I don't really care about
amazing.
that.
Right, amazing. Yeah.
And that had been mentioned in a couple of pieces. But I was definitely the first, pretty sure it was the first American reporter to talk to this family whose mothers were in prison.
Right.
And so that was really harrowing and kind of awful. And the funny thing about that piece is they actually did not know if their mothers had been raped or not. They knew that women had been raped in Abu Ghraib because they heard about the Taguba report. And what confused the matter for them was there were also these fake pictures taken from a Hungarian porn site that has been flying around the internet and have been used by the Iraqi resistance.
Right.
Together with this letter, which I think is fake, but that's just my educated opinion. But I'm familiar enough with Iraqi resistance propaganda that, there's certain key phrases that crop up again and again in this letter. If you're familiar with that kind of stuff, this letter has like all of them. Also if you're familiar with military history and the kind of propaganda of women being raped throughout military history, this is a very common thing.
Yeah.
So this is really complicated. This is like a really, really murky issue because you know what, women are being raped, but then there's also these false accounts of women being raped.
Yeah.
So for this one family, imagine what it must be like to have your mothers in prison, to have all these things flying around, knowing that some of them are true and that some of them are not true, and not knowing what's really happening to their mothers. They hear all kinds of crazy shit from people who are related to Abu Ghraib and say, oh, I saw your mother, and this is what's happening. One thing that they heard that I do believe is probably true, quite true, is that their mothers, their two cousins, that's their mothers, their sisters, their mothers were arrested around the same time the mothers' three brothers were arrested. So there's 5 people, right? 3 brothers and 3 mothers. Well, 2 sisters. And I'm sorry the story is so complicated. It's a really complicated story.
Yeah.
So 3 brothers and 2 sisters were arrested. One of the brothers was beaten to death.
Yeah.
What other Abu Ghraib prisoners told the two daughters was that the prison guards had taken the body of their brother and thrown it into the cell of the mothers. And tell us what we want to know before you want to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be honest, this was just like the most horrible thing I'd ever heard.
Yeah.
It was the night before I was leaving. It was really funny. This interview came through at the last minute. And when the girls told me this, I just broke down. I mean, it was the most horrible thing I heard.
Well,
yet,
of course.
I've heard so many horrible things with Abu Ghraib.
Yeah.
But it, for a moment, I felt like I gained this understanding into how Iraqis see the war and see Americans, and it fucks with my sense of reality because if we're capable of that, why shouldn't we be capable of raping women and videotaping it or videotaping execution?
Last night I apologized for that, but I don't feel that tonight. That's the way it is. That's what's there. Right? Her name is Anya Sizadlo, and she's just a really amazing reporter. And I guess the point is, really good journalism is out there. That's like the little bit of hope in that tape is that she's out there doing this great stuff, and there's lots of people like her. And so I hung up the phone with her, and a half hour later, I get home and turn CNN on, and the hotel she's going to in Baghdad was hit with mortar fire, the Sheraton Hotel. So it's tough, it's tough, people go out there and really take huge risks for extraordinary reasons. So check her out, Anya Sizadlo, Christian Science Monitor, look at her online. Thanks.
Before I get started with class, I'd just like to tell you a little joke I heard. It's a really funny joke. It's a really short one. Basically, it goes like, I hear that Wall Street in Iraq is really booming. Boom. Oh, it's Belter. Who was that? Belter. Get that. All right, let's go. Here's class. No, I need you to Hey! Somebody's getting attention here, okay? Can I bring down the lights, please? All right, let's keep going on. This and... Hey! Who did that? All right, that's it. Okay, here we go. Here's the class for today. We're going to be going over the Fertile Crescent history, and basically it goes like this. Starting in 3000 BC, the Sumerians become prevalent in southern Mesopotamia. Now this is all important for you to know because this is going to be on your Regents exam. Okay, so these are the important facts, okay? Then in 2600 BC, we have the spread of Mesopotamian culture to northern Fertile Crescent. Then in 2331 BC, Sargon captures Sumer and creates a new capital at the city of Akkad. And then in 17, now is everybody taking notes? I don't see any notebooks, pads out here. Hey! Okay. 1792 then we have Hammurabi wins control. Hey, stop it, people! What is wrong? This is important history for you to know. You have an exam coming up in a short amount of time. Okay, finally, Babylon is a new capital of the Fertile Crescent, and the important fact to know about Babylon is that they created mathematics, okay? You really need to know.
Did I just hear you say that Babylon is responsible for creating mathematics?
Well, yes, that's...
You're not correct. You're not correct. Mathematics originated in the Nile Valley
Excuse me, who are you?
civilization, sub-Saharan Africa. I'm Nadine Cisco Hormel. Your school English lady. We see each other every single day. In fact, we see each other every single day when I see you waiting outside the boys' locker room, third period gym.
I just really would like to say that you're completely wrong. According to this history book that these students are going by, Babylon is where mathematics originated from. Okay? I can handle the class. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, you know why I knew that? It's a racist book, Mr. Belton.
I can handle my class from here, Nadine, okay?
Fine. I'll go get the lunch.
Class, oh goodness. Okay, Nadine, lock the door, Nadine, okay? This is the new emergency alert drill. Emergency alert. Everybody stand up right now, come on. Emergency alert. Okay, everybody up on stage, right away. Hurry. Emergency alert, come on, up on stage, hurry. Come on, on stage, hurry, come on. Hurry! This is not some time to mess around. Everybody up! On stage! Come on! Kitty, what are you doing? Kitty? Get in the group! Come on, Kitty!
I can't move! I'm too scared!
What are you doing, Kitty? What is that? Come on, join the group! Huddle, everybody! Huddle!
I'm doing the dance of fear! I'm too scared! I said... Snap out of it! Hi, Mom. Sit down. Still right?
The drill's over, everybody. Back to your seats. It's okay. It was just a drill.
Mr. Belcher,
Belter.
what is going on here? What kind of control do you maintain over your classroom? What is this? This classroom's overcrowded. What is this craziness? Mr. Belcher, I'm going to have to report you to the principal. What did the in-service teach you last Monday about Homeland Security?
It taught us about the emergency alert drill.
You're obviously not using the proper protocol.
Well, why don't you teach the proper protocol if you're so knowledgeable about it?
I'm a security mom. I'm Kitty Young's mother. I'm Debbie Young. And I may just look like some commonplace soccer mom, you know. I bought an SUV a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't for the model or the... I bought an SUV that has as many hiding places as possible for weapons. Does anybody know what this is?
A gun.
Of course it's a gun. What kind of fools are you? What? Do you live in this day and age?
Uh-oh.
Does anybody
Call
know what this is?
45. Sober, call 45.
This is a Glock 23. This is a Glock 27. As you can see, a Glock 27 from top to bottom is a little bit shorter. It's actually perfect size to fit in a small purse. Don't do it, Mom! Don't do it!
Very nice. Don't point it.
Kitty Young, calm down.
That's nasty. I'm right next to her, please.
It could hurt anybody. I've been doing this for 15 years.
That's what they all say.
You know, I went to the range the other day and some guy criticized my two-handed grip. He was worried that I was going to hurt my poor little pinky. Is this the 21st century or what? I want to talk about Homeland Security today, but mostly I want to talk about self-defense. Kitty, could you come up? Okay. The soccer moms of the 90s have politicized it, and we're ready to take matters into our own hands. Hell has no fury for a mama protecting her babies. I would advise purchasing a small, concealable weapon. Obviously, get a license. Mine, I put under my bed next to my massage wand, but you know, common household items and weapons, if you hold them right. Very good, kitty. That's okay, this way, okay? Fine. I'm not going to let the terrorists harm my children. I feel so safe when I'm with you. You know, I was on the internet the other day and I was reading some bullshit that Michael Moore wrote about. You know, they're not all of the Iraqis who are rising up against the occupation. They're not insurgents. They're not terrorists. I know, they're the revolutionaries. It's just like the president's dad said. What a load of bullshit. He said they're evil. They're the ones who are going to harm my children. I know. They can come into my house, murder my children, murder my husband. I know. What if they came into the den? Then what? Then what? They take my Sega. A vote for Jack Terry is a vote for terrorism. It's a vote for terrorists to be invited into our strip malls. I know. I hate him. He threw back his medals. It's like we gave him medals. I know, but he threw them back.
That's enough. Just I got an act to do now. I got a big number coming up, Security Mom. Hey, can we hear it for Security Mom? Let's get those hands up in the air, y'all. Come on. Taking y'all back to y'all's Led Zeppelin basement days. Come on. Feel the physical gravity all around. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love these. We don't have our little red light thing, our little spinning light. That's not plugged in, is it? Oh, we don't have it. You'll have to come back next week for a special effect. Oh, as if you haven't had enough special effects yet. Oh, God. Zeppelin rules, y'all. Zeppelin rules. Speaking of physical graffiti, can we have a round of applause right now for the beautiful decor created by our very own Blue and Black? Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, man. Zeppelin rules, and you know who else rules? Security Mom. She does. She in her own way. Well, one day she may actually rule if we're not careful, if we don't get our little asses off to the voting machines on November 2nd. Security Mom could be ruling with a lot of her friends. And I don't think there are friends. I don't know about you, but I don't have no friends like that. No, I don't. I'd like to dedicate the rest of this show tonight to the late Jacques Derrida. A moment of silence. Rest in peace, Jacques. He just deconstructed himself into the abyss. It's true. But someone is still with us, still very, very much with us tonight. He was with us last night, and he moved us then in a special way. And he's going to move you tonight in the same special way, and maybe even, if you're extra nice, maybe he'll move you even more. He, in an earlier lifetime, was one of the most inspired people in the city of Buffalo. And now he's kind of okay. I'm joking! I'm joking. He is a divinely inspired soul from the fertile crescent of his own mind. He is the one, the only. He only has one name, and that's really twice as many as he needs because he just exudes Kendallness. Here he is, y'all, Kendall!
Kendall, and I was asked to perform here. I really didn't know what to do, and I've never been before, so I didn't know what it was all about. But and I still don't. But I heard it was sort of political, so I got real inspired and stuff. And did you guys watch any of the debates? Or anything?
Yeah.
And Bush won, so right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't think so. And neither did he, I don't think. But you know, I know this is kind of strange and everything, but I sort of feel bad for Bush. I do, because like, you know, I mean, he's like that popular kid in high school who gets all the, you know, good roles in the plays and stuff, but everyone really hates him. You know what I mean? And so I wanted to do something good for him. I mean, so what if I fucking can't get ever married to my boyfriend? You know, he's a guy of value and substance, and I want to make him feel better, because I know it's a lonely place. So I created this really cool club. And I'm the first member, which is great, because I know everything about it. Like everything. And I'm going to make him like a secondary, like an honorary member type thing, which is cool. And so I wrote him this letter explaining it to him, like how he's this great honorary member, and all great things that'll come with it. So I typed it up at work and stuff, and I put it in this envelope. I didn't have the address, so I just sort of put a picture on there. Where else are they going to send it, right? So then I didn't want to put my address on. I wanted to be, you know, put something else on here, something fun. So I put a picture from my new CD on here of me in my underwear, which I thought was really cute. You know, it's kind of creative. He'll like it. You know, he's creative. He likes to pick up things and stuff. So, a lot. So this is the letter that I'm going to send him, and I'll read it to you. Here. This certificate is to inform George W. Bush that he is an honorary member of the Special Faggots Club. And as an honorary special faggot, you can attend all special faggot meetings and events. You will also be awarded a special faggot pin to wear with pride on your lapel or backpack. And your name will appear on the honorary special faggot plaque in the Special Faggot Clubhouse. I don't have that yet, but for all to see. However, there are some special faggot privileges that you will not be entitled to. As a full member, all special faggots will have a brother or partner. And since you are actually a heterosexual and only an honorary faggot, you will not be able to partner off. Sorry. Also, being only an honorary faggot, when it comes to club elections, your vote don't mean shit. Sorry. But please, enjoy your honorary membership as a special faggot. Sincerely, Kendall. And I signed it and stuff. And I didn't have any lipstick. I was going to kiss it, but, you know. That's I think that'll cheer him up a lot. I hope it does. But really, not so much. There are two tracks, two trains of thought running down the middle of the USA, but only one way to love. And if you don't believe it, then get out of the way. My love is on fire with the FBI. I'm still an outcast, tell me why. I can kill for freedom, but I'm never free from the bigoted lies. I don't need your permission to love, and I don't need your permission to fuck. I don't need your permission to love, and I don't need your permission to fuck. I pledge allegiance to reality, a little different for you than me, but I don't need your permission to love, and I don't need your permission to fuck. Permission, no! Jack and Bill make them smile like Mr. Jefferson did in the 70s. They turn around and tell their jokes, but walk around in invisible clothes. It's not the truth that makes me irate. It's just the undertow of hate, dragging down the drags and the hardcore fags. But if you pretend you can fly the flag, I don't need your permission to love and I don't need your permission to fuck. I don't need your permission to love and I don't need your permission to fuck. I'm taking allegiance to reality, a little different than you and me, but I don't need your permission to love and I don't need your permission to fuck. Permission, no! Jesus was an outcast, Mr. President. He didn't win elections, they spit on him. Jesus was an outcast, Mr. President. He didn't kill for freedom, he died for it. Jesus was an outcast, Mr. President. He didn't win elections, they spit on him. Jesus was an outcast, Mr. President. He didn't kill for freedom, he died for it. I don't need your permission to love him. I don't need your permission to fuck. I don't need your permission to love him. I don't need your permission to fuck. I'm pledging allegiance to reality, a little different than you and me, but I don't need your permission to love him. I don't need your permission to fuck. Permission, no!